You'll never be clonely again.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Jackal, or Druneth, Reviver of the Hive. Druneth is going to clone your creatures if you cast them when they have a mana value equal to Druneth's power. So if you can increase Druneth's power, you can clone bigger creatures. And that means that this deck has a ton of creatures that are low cost or have flexible mana values. Because as long as you are able to have that same mana value on the stack as Druneth has as power, you are able to unleash an army of clones. And in this deck, you're going to be putting tons of +1/+1 counters on things. In fact, most of this deck is a scales deck. Low cost cards that either put +1/+1 counters, double counters, or just have a bunch of counters on them. So you can change Druneth's power and also, well, clone really big things. This deck is super fun, especially when it comes to curving out. It's an unusual deck because you are curving not just your spells, but also your commander, trying to make sure everything lines up just right so you have a huge board. And if you have too many counters on Druneth, you can always remove those counters with cards like Nesting Grounds to make it so you can clone something that's just a little bit smaller. So let's take Druneth into the queue and start copying some creatures. Omnath, Locus of the Roil, enters and deals damage based on the number of elementals you control, and then starts building up your elementals with counters, eventually drawing you cards on Landfall. I've got a little bit of fixing, some uncounterability here, nothing on turn 1, which is too bad, and no good curve for clones, so I am going to try to find something. Okay, Rishkar is cute because I can use it to put the counters on Druneth, but Ozolith will do the same. And I think I need another land. Alright, I've got Druneth ready, and I will name Human. There are a couple humans in the deck. Not that many, but there are a few. But I can't actually play Druneth this turn because Omnath will kill it. So I'm playing Fanatic of Rhonas. Okay, they did not want to play it. Oh, nasty. I'm glad they didn't have this on turn 1. The Arboreal Grazer into Flare of Cultivation. It's such good ramp. So they actually have 7 mana next turn. They are 1 away from triggering this. If they can get 2 lands in play next turn, they will trigger it. That's really strong. I think I could go for beefing up Druneth a tiny bit here with Innkeeper's Talent. Yeah, I'll do that. Boop. It's a 2/2, so I can copy a 2-cost creature. Hi, Omnath. Omnath gets to do 1 damage to face. There's actually a card that is hopefully in their deck that I thought about putting in mine. Oh, now I get a 1-drop. I was really hoping to put like Risen Reef in here, but it was just a little too slow, which is a bummer. I know what I want. I'm gonna use Ozolith to get additional counters on Druneth. Pass. Tap this for 4. Use it to make 2 Beast Whisperers. And then say that Omnath is unable to scream. A 1/3 elemental toy that will not get a landfall trigger. And now I should be drawing tons of cards. Though there's nothing really left I'd be cloning in my deck. That is so fine. I will start with the Mutable Pupa, since this does have... it does have Evolve, so it will grow as other things enter, like you, because this is a 2/2. So I guess with this, it'll get too big for the Kodama to grow it anymore. Just keep drawing. Card draw good. I will throw down this Ozolith. Go to combat. We get to put some counters on things. I will put some on you and some on you. They're gonna block with this Omnath, I'm pretty sure. But I'll get in some damage, and I'll be getting some lands. So even if they, say, Rivers Rebuke me, Cyclonic Rift me next turn, I'll still have, like, a good ability to rebuild. Alright, so Kodama, get me one of these. One of those, and one of thems. Yeah, having cards can be good. Pretty nice. Having lands is also nice. I haven't quite caught up to them. But I did pretty good. Yeah, see? River's Rebuke. Exactly what we thought it would be. Ozolith gets to bank the counters, but it goes back in my hand, so no, it doesn't. I'll try to curve out as best as I can here with Druneth into a 1-cost creature into Pupa Pupa. A 2-cost creature. Evolving, we're evolving. It's great, it's fun, we love it. Into a 3-cost creature. Oh yeah, the girlies are getting swole here. They're growth spiraling. And I'm gonna have the 2 swags put counters onto just one of the tumblewags here. I have to discard. I'm gonna discard Ozolith and Ozolith? No, I think Ozolith, the land, and Birds of Paradise. Omnath returns, dealing 1 damage to any target. My face it is. Now, they could have doubled that. They have the ability to double abilities. Lithiform Engine is a very flexible card. It can double your spells. It can double different kinds of spells. And triggered abilities. Activated triggered abilities. It's very pricey, but, like, it does work. Oh. Is the multiple of Pupa Pupae? I don't actually know what multiple pupas are. But I know I've won the game. GG. It's Vivv going to be slinging spells and dealing damage and making mana. Doing all of that all at the same time. I've got these fetch lands and I'll use one of them up, saving the other one for getting my Lotus Cobra on. Windswept Heath. Let's fetch into Surveil. Heroic Intervention. Not really what I want against Vivv. It will protect against possibly a single spell removal or whatever, but keeping open the 2 mana when they're generating the amount of mana they are will be tough. I got that Bloodstained Mire. And 2... Thundering Falls, keeping whatever card it was on top. Nothing for me to clone off Mockingbird. So this turn, probably just going to be Druneth. I could also go for a Lotus Cobra. I can play this Mox Amber. It would make it look more like I have, I don't know, Wash Away up. But I'm holding it back. Reckless Impulse, getting a Dragon's Rage Channeler and a land. Okay, so they can play those next turn. I have to decide if I want to go for the Baby Bird. I think Baby Bird is fine. Like, I can do this to like make 2 clones of Vivv, but I'm really not like a non... Yeah, fine. I guess I have to click decline. That was weird. Oh, it was trying to copy itself, to copy itself, to copy itself, to copy itself. Okay, I see what was going on there. We're gonna make a pair of Lotus Cobras. This is why I played the Mockingbird first. These X-cost spells are excellent. Get a load of mana. And a little more. So I have technically 6 mana if I want to use the Rishkar first, but I would so much rather clone the Tumblewag than Rishkar that I'm just gonna let him, like, I don't know, go for whatever. Great. We're at the point now where I'm not going to be cloning much of anything from my deck, so I'm just going to distribute some +1/+1 counters and swing in for damage. The chalked in land, we're going to say that was to bluff a wash away. That's totally why I did it. I didn't miscount my lands at all. That would be crazy. Okay, they know I don't have a wash away. Mox Amber, Vivv gets a counter. They also get some mana from this. We know they have Dragon's Rage Channeler, but casting that won't grow Vivv. Oh, the very curious Vivv is now going to be drawing cards with every single non-creature spell. Every single one. They have 1 red mana left. But I think I'm good. I'm going to use the power of the mighty double-double to try to win this next turn. So Druneth currently has 4 counters. We can make that 5, 6, 7, and then double it again. Oh, I don't care about that dying. I don't need mana. Should have hit a wag. Bringing in Rishkar. Okay, put that on the flyer. Giddy up. Giddy oop. Go to combat. Make Druneth the mightiest you've ever seen. Swinging with everything. We double and then double again. The power of clones. GG, Vivv. Tanuk, Memorial Ensign, is a landfall commander that deals damage and then draws cards. I do have 2 mana here. It's an awkward 2 mana. So I'm gonna throw it back. Without lands, the 2 landfall cards in my hand are a lot worse. And this is okay. I'm able to play Druneth or Lotus Cobra, but I don't have a curve to clone. And now I do, because I just got this cute little doggy. Hello, Buppy. I hope I get a land. Yeah, Gruul Tanuk's pretty sweet. It's one of those just uncommon cards that can close out games, because over time, it's getting you card advantage, and it's dealing damage. Damage good. Misty Rainforest. Doing Stomping Grounds. Aftermath Analyst, they're going to be bringing lands back. Let's see how many they mill. 1, 2... And they milled a Elfish Mystic and Traveling Chocobo as well. I'll play Druneth here and just hope that he lives. Oh, you beautiful man and your slivers. I got 2 mana. You're not gonna kill Druneth, are you? Well, I might. Druneth is very killable. You can use that to cast a spell, right? Okay, good. All right, so here's a problem. They do have a Strip Mine in play, which means that soon, at some point, I'll have to deal with it. District Mascot. Double dog, double dog. If they're able to recur it, they're able to recur it. I'll get this Lotus Cobra in play. And pass the turn. Venture would be so proud of this guy. Seriously. I'm being asked if any secret layers come to the Magic the Gathering arena. Sometimes the arts do, sometimes they come in as sleeves, but it's kind of unpredictable. All right, they're doing landfall stuff. They're getting scoop booties. And I want loads of mana. I'm gonna bring out a double wag. Swiggity swag. I'm going to play this for X equals 1. I know I can use it later. I have another Hydra in hand, though. And I will be swinging with some of this dog. Some of this doggage. So we're going to put counters onto these district mascots, which will grow this Hydra. Such good puppies. Swinging in. Very, very good. Now the Wildwood Scourge is up to 5. And they're down to 12 life. Potential for double throne. Double throne or double Zimone. Now, I think I'd rather do double throne and just name human, because then Zimone's triggers will also be doubled. I'm sorry, they'll be doubled. Because I'll have 2 thrones. Love the little corgis. I know, it's so cute. And unlike Felia, this card is just adorable. Right, they're destroying my Restless Vinestalk. That's fine. Kind of eye for an eye here. Until they bring it back. But they can only do that once with what I can see. And it will come back tapped, so at least they're not using it next turn. There's also a chance that I actually name Brushwag and end the game. If I get, like, a land here, I can make it so these double and then double again. You have 3 mana. Kill one of my snakes. Now they're getting another land. You can name 2 things with 2 thrones. Yeah, but like I could just name human. Human. Or I could just name Brushwag to get a maximum amount of damage. Because if I can win off it, I want to win. Nice moose. They're tapped out. They have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 toughness. That's good for me. All right, so we are going to use Lotus Cobra here. Now I'm going to name Brushwag. Yep. Both of them. Saddle up. Getting silly. We're going to put all our counters onto the thing with trample, which is Druneth. That's 4 counters. Wait. Oh my god. Oh no, it's I'm sorry, it's 6 from each of them. Or 6 total, yep, because we have that. We're going to double Druneth's power. Double it, and then double it, and then double it. And then by the power of 2... Dang, it's like a regular old Tifa here. 641 power. Yeah, double it and give it to the next guy. Just like the video on the internet. Strip mine? No problem. Just got like an army of clones. Lum, Storm Crane, Elder. I've got, well, something to clone, or I could play it on turn 1 to give it trample and then make it grow and then try to ramp. This is going to be tough. If you're not familiar with Lum, this is the Monastery Mentor. And the Monastery Mentor is going to go mental by casting just non-creature spells to go hugely wide, get massive. Oh, can you not land tax me? I'm not sure if you know this about me, but my response to being land taxed is to not play lands. So, hey. Did you just humiliate my bug? Yeah, I'm on that 1-1 beatdown plan. Nice bauble. My deck has a huge number of 1-1s in it, or like 1-cost creatures, because I need them for Druneth. Yeah, we're playing chicken. What do you want to do, huh? Play a land? Do it, I dare you. They might wait until I discard here, which that's totally fine. Am I gonna be caring about this? 1, 2, 3. No. Stop that. All right, they gain it right back. Ugh, I have to block it. Ha! Ha 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 ha! They cracked first, I win! Listen. It isn't just funny for content. It makes me feel like a big, strong, powerful gamer when I do this. Does anybody truly win here? No. But it is funny. They even, like, have ramp. Like, Wayfarer's Bauble is ramp here. Hey, wait a minute. Hey! Chat, they Lotus Fielded so their land tax would trigger. Where do I file a formal complaint? You like my 1/1s? Bet you do. Land. Because I want to keep types for woodland. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky! Yeah, I can't see another reason why they would be running Lotus Field. A Bauble. Bauble's kind of bad in their deck because it stops the free spells, but they can always sacrifice it. Alright, so Zimone will put some counters on Druneth and Kami. This will be able to tap for 3. I'm not attacking in. I will use that 3 mana to make 2 Kodamas. Going up to 5 here. Yeah, get your lands in hand. Thin that deck. I like the non-legendary here. Okay, they're cursing me. What do you curse? Druneth? Probably they do have, like, Get Lost and similar kill spells in their deck. They've already used Swords to Plowshares. Okay, I'll hit the, Skoos. No excuses. Dawn of a new age! With all of these triggers, it's going to be drawing them cards pretty much for the rest of their game. No! Oh, I wanted to make double goose! Because these guys, they don't got reach. I guess I'll just go for Big Goose then. That flips. Do I think they have a 1-cost spell? I'm gonna say no, and hope I'm right. Yeah, Lob is such a ridiculous card. Alright, so we will go to combat. I'll put counters on. I don't know. You two. K2. Double your counters. Tap that for green. How does that make me? Pretty dead. Go for 9, and then the Thrumming Bird. Zagos! Thinning out more lands from their deck. And part of why I was setting this up like this is because it should, barring removal and life gain, be lethal in the air. If I can survive. Counter, double counter, swing in, win game. Okay, so everything is going to get an additional +1/+1 and then +1/+0. I think I'm dead. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. I'm preventing as much damage as possible, but there are still 9 3/2s, a 4/3, and, well, Scrabble here, too. GG, Lam. Rofellos, Llanowar, Emissary. Taps for a ton of mana, and only costs 2. I don't have ways to stop it, not easily. I have, like, Wash Away somewhere in the deck. But that's going to be tough. I am going to mulligan to look for a ramp, though, to try to keep up. I do have, like, honestly, very good damage here. But it doesn't matter, because they can play, like, Eldrazi on turn 3. It's a struggle, seriously. Starting with an elf. Hello, Rofellos. I'll play Druneth. And a Hope of Garipur. It's legendary, but I will get a non-legendary copy. And I can use these to turn off their ability to cast non-creature spells for a couple turns. Not that they play many non-creature spells. Rofellos is here to ramp into creatures. Like that one. I'll take 4. That's all you got? 6 mana, you just playing a 4/4? Okay, that's fine with me. I'm going to go with a couple of cats. Meow. Wow. I'm gonna see if I can either go for, like, massive Goose Mother. I could buff up one of these just for, like, huge evasive damage. Or I could spread the love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna go for Big Druneth. Are you gonna fight this? I don't have lethal this turn off of just, like, going double, because I'm sure somebody is thinking, like, why not do that? So I figured I'm also going to get a counter onto Hope of Garipur. Swinging in with these. And just in case, you can't cast non-creature spells until my next turn. Got a nice chunky trampler here. I love that, like, for some reason Jackal's like, I'm a scientist with trample. Sure, man. Having fun cloning Spider-Men? Yeah, I'm not gonna cast something that has 13. I just, like, I'm just not. We're gonna get some counters on things, get some more counters on things, and then swing in for what I hope is lethal. GG. Wrenn and Six. I do go first, but Wrenn and Six has the uncanny ability to kill things in my deck. Whether that's Elvish Mystics or Druneths, all of them die to Wrenn and Six's minus ability. I guess I could give up one of them and hope that they don't play this on turn one if they don't have ramp themselves, though there's a good chance they do. Yeah, this is unfortunately a card you see a lot of in the queue right now. And oftentimes it's looping Strip Mine because it brings back lands from your graveyard, which I hate to say it, but like, can we just not? It would be so cool if I just like didn't have to deal with that. Okay, Grazer, I'm fine with Grazer. So rather than going for Druneth and clones, like you're going to notice I played this first, even though it's my 1-drop that could kick this off. There's another one. I could, like, now that I've drawn this, Druneth, do this. Then I have a lot of 1/1s. Or I could Rish Cart and just buff both of those up. I'm going to go for Druneth because I drew this. Hi? They, like, Grinch Dragoned at me? I have cloned. Okay, so they were like, I could kill their commander if they play it. Yeah, I got lucky. I drew a 1-drop. Or I was going to put counters on them. But you are honestly a coward for conceding. Nalaar, Consul of Revival, is going to make Thopters with haste when they cast spells or play lands from exile, which works really nicely with Gloria, the new Spider-Man, or Aranya, I believe is her like actual Spider-Man card name. So I have in this hand lots of good 1-drops, this included. So I can play one, like Mutable Pupa first, then Druneth, and then another one. Hi, Kellen. Alright, because it's a Kellen, I'm actually going to start with this Haywire Might over the Pupa. Because I feel this is going to be a nice blocker. I'd rather use this up as a blocker than this because of my current hand. I don't expect them to have that many artifacts and enchantments that I want to remove. There are some, but I think for the most part, a lot of it's going to be like spells and creatures. Here's Druneth. Might be able to get doubles of both of these next turn. I have enough mana. War Leader's Call. Okay, well, there's an enchantment. It will be dealing direct damage to me and buffing up their creatures. Pupa. Ka-chunk. Ka-chunk. Doo-doo. I could hold up Tail's End. I would rather do this. Especially because these guys, they got protection. Which means that Nalaar is not going to be swinging through them. Bigger pupas. And now they also have Trample and Reach because they pick up abilities of cards that come in. This will put cards in exile for them to cast. And that's a Thopter, so it gets haste. Look at all these little reach arrows, though. What'd you get? Shepherd or Soul Skill. No, this is a really great card. I won't be able to attack through right now, though. That's tough. Okay, I'm at 3. I could kill Pia. I'd rather have a pair of champions because they will buff each other. Well, one will buff the other and help reduce their ability to block. I'll swing in with Druneth. It's free. Why not? I want to be aggressive. They can't block these because of the protection. Clockwork Percussionist, when it dies, will get them a card in exile to cast. I don't even know what this is. Expedited Inheritance. Whenever a creature is dealt damage to controller, may exile that many cards from the top of their library and play those until the end of their next turn. It's symmetrical. Okay. Shepherd of the Flock. That's going to get them a 1/1 Thopter, which is a 2/2, which will deal damage to my face. Alright, so we're at 4 now. YOLO! With 2 Volo! The champions of Lambholt are going to grow, and the only thing that can block now is Shepherd of the Flock. Who would I swing into Shepherd of the Flock? Everything! Everything. These all have trample. So the most you can prevent is 4 damage. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 18 damage going through. They're at 13 life. So, yeah, good game. I didn't play any birds or hydras, right? Nice. If we had another turn happening, I could have made so many geese. Oh my gosh. You'd make extras, and 1 goose equal 4 goose. Would have been so cool. But I won too fast. GG, P and Nalaar. Rofellos, once again, Llanowar Emissary out here making tons of mana. I got, well, if I play that on turn 1, I don't have anything on turn 2. I guess we got Ozolith, Goose Mama, Rishkar. I can keep this, and I will just try to go wide and win the game. It'll just be kind of weird. I'm playing this first because I do want to clone Saz's Chocobo using Druneth, and I can't guarantee this is going to come in untapped. Otherwise, I would go for, like, the Beseju into Ozolith. Oh, good lord, they are ramping. Ah, look, see, it would have been able to come in. Here's Druneth. Rofellos. Currently only 1 forest. But they did have Yavimaya in, so you can turn your non-forests into forests in this deck now. They're stationing. Things are happening. Saz's Chocobo. We make 2 of them. Mox Amber. We're going to Goose for 0. I do really like this makes non-legendaries. Play the land to get the triggers from those Chocobos. And an Ozolith! I guess I'll swing in with Druneth. Like, I'm not blocking with this. So going into the next turn, I have at least 6 mana. Once they play a land, that'll be 8. I'm sorry, once they play a land, that'll be more, because Pock doubles lands. At MagicCon Vegas, by the way, I talked with Gavin and Rachel Weeks, who's also another Brawl player. And Rachel had actually shown Gavin a bunch of digital-only designs that are kind of, we'll say problematic or bad. Gavin hadn't seen them because he doesn't play digital magic. He plays paper magic. He travels all over doing it. He's so cool. And he was like, I don't understand. And you know what I feel about it? Yeah, I also don't understand. He's still here. Okay, they're going completely shields down except for a Grazer. Rishkar. 1, a 2. Sure, a 3, 4. 2 Beast Whisperers. We draw and draw. I was looking for a land, but I'll take that too. I could play Hope of Girapur, or I could swing for 5. I think I'd rather swing for 5. Get him! So they can play creatures off the top since they do have Coven active. Their lands are doubled, and Evendo taps for mana based on the number of creatures they control. So this currently taps for 5. Well, you like put 1 in and then it taps. Okay, Railway Brawler, going to essentially double the power of everything that comes in, make them huge. Also, this is something big with reach, so my geese can't get through as easily. What's it gonna do with all that mana? Okay, it doesn't seem like they got the big thing they need, so that's kind of good. I'll play Evolution Sage, draw some cards. Islands and Kodama. This will evolve. Oh, Kodama. Want to keep drawing. I might get a fetch land or something. Okay, I got a bill. I'll take a bill. Again, the geese can't get through. Ooh, nice Innkeeper's Talent. Love that. And Kami. Ooh. Alright, so I am going to go for the, proliferate, moving counters around this turn. I'm going to put a counter onto Beast Whisper so it is able to, tap for mana. Yeah, we proliferate. Kami to make those scales more scales. Oh my god, I do not have enough mana for Ouroboros, do I? Okay, I'm not dead for this turn. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So I have a couple blockers. At the moment, these do not have trample except for Railway Brawler. Brawler. And next turn, I can have a very beefed up Ouroboros. If I can pull this off, I will be able to win because I do have trample. Every modified creature I have has trample. And I've been drawing a ton of cards because I cloned Beast Whisperer. Oh, but Vorinclex is going to turn my counters into significantly fewer counters. Notably, I only have 4 lands. I've been doing this on a, well, off Rishkar. Thank you, Rishkar. You're very helpful. I'm glad you're still in this deck. This was one of those cards where it's like, oh yeah, you are a lot more fun when there's 2 of you. As they are casting cards now, they're getting like 2 counters on things. Vorinclex is absolutely massive, and he has haste and trample. He is the problem here. Like, that's what's killing me. At this moment. It's also stopping me from doing things. Okay, Overlord as well. How do you still have creatures? It's this Augur. They hit a bunch of creatures off the top, I think. Dead. I am, in fact, dead. Yes. Because, to prevent the most damage, we block the things without trample with our smallest creatures. We block the things with trample with our biggest creatures. And I still, unfortunately, die. That's a shame, because, like, next turn... Ugh. We could have, like, canceled out that effect. But it didn't. Just didn't quite enough. This bad boy's got haste. Yeah, if you, double, then the half, like, cancels out with that. And we already have the, +1 off of, Kami of Whispered Hopes. I wanted to Boyd him. Okay, are you gonna kill me or what? I think I did real good on 4 lands, yeah. Compared to their 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lands. Hello? Alright, good game. Oh, they figured out how to assign damage. See? Look! It was only 2 over! I could have survived if I didn't level that up. Prototype X8. Prototype X8 is going to be killing your creatures and then summoning robot versions of them. Prototype X8 is really cool, and it gets discounted based on how many things are in your graveyard. So you're going to want to mill yourself and put a ton of other things into your graveyard that have good enter the battlefield abilities. This is a perfect hand for me because it has Llanowar Elf into Druneth into 2 Elvish Mystics. Oh, they want to do crime. I'm down. Agent of Rafine, a good card. This hand also has one of my personal favorite cards, which I did add back into the deck, Risen Reef. It's especially good if you're cloning it. It triggers off other elementals, so it sees itself as an elemental. So in order to maximize my clonage here, I'm going to actually start with a Snakeskin Veil on Druneth. I know, weird, but if it works, it works. Then we Risen Reef. And we make 2! All right, what did I get? Birds of Paradise and a land and Volo in hand. So I added Volo in just to see if I could pull off the fated sequence of clones that I dream of. So Volo would not copy Beast Whisperer, but could copy birds. And I could just make, like, 2 Beast Whisperers while this is at 4 to draw more cards. But what if I cloned more things? What if clones? I need clones. Yeah! Scraw! Oh, that feels good. What am I doing? Oh, attacking with things. Please don't board wipe me. I've committed everything into my cloning program. No, they got a Gold Vein Hydra, which they can't swing in with, and if I kill it, it will make treasures. Bonds. Bastion. I'm putting one more counter on just Druneth. Tommy of Whispered Hope. 2 of them. Sure, why not? I guess I could have Beast Whispered too. No, wait. I was one short on that. GG. Tatyova, Benthic, Druid, a landfall commander that draws cards and gains life. I have sort of a 1-drop in this hand, but I wouldn't really want to play it on turn 1. I could still play it after Druneth, though, just to get a counter on him in order to kick off the clones. I've got Thrumming Bird on top. Nope, I would like a land. I have 2 drops. I have a 3-drop. I have a 4-drop. And all hail the scales. I can also use Ozolith to pump up Druneth to 3. Just to get to Rishkar. I'm not sure if I'd want to do it, though. Oh, that's a much better choice. Llanowar Elf. Next turn, hopefully I do get a land. Playing our Geneticist. That is not a land. Okay. Couple of elves. So one of the things that this Tatyova deck is going to do, we just know it because we've played against a lot of Tatyovas, is ramp and ramp and ramp and ramp and ramp. Take extra turns, replay lands, yeah, from your graveyard, just like that. Play additional lands per turn, and oftentimes win the game through sheer just game actions. They can just keep going where we can't. Something nice, though, is I have an Ice Till Explorer as well. Unless, do I not? This is getting copied on a stack, so it's pretty hard for them to interrupt it. All right, I have 2 Ice Till Explorers. Nice. And with this fetch land here, and my ability to now play even more additional lands this turn. All right, sweet. This is gaming. Hey, they're the ones who played it. I did not have enough mana to, like, play my own. But they're the ones who had it. So now I have it. My ice is so tilled right now. And I think I have one more land I can play this turn? So I could go Birds of Paradise, or I could set up the Ozolith for the future turns. And with Zimone in hand, I think that's going to be what I want to do. I want to play Ozolith. So I'm going to use this, grab this to play... Okay, yeah, you're milling me. I have like one card you can use from the graveyard on this deck. I'm a scale stack. We don't... What's a graveyard? This is your fault, Tatyova. It's thrice as iced. So now they have Landfall with Nissa. I don't have Nissa or Tireless Provisioner in my deck, even though there are some Landfall cards. And part of that's because 3-drops are kind of tricky with Druneth. Like, you can get him to 3, but as you saw, it can take work and luck. Building up my curve as best as I can still means I can miss. And I'd rather have, like, Lotus Cobra, which I can more easily clone, just because I'm building around the commander. If you want to make the deck stronger, honestly, ignore a lot of what Druneth does. But I want to make clones. That's what we do. So they're playing additional lands. They're playing off the top and their graveyard. And floating so much mana. You got one more land you can play, right? I could see Tatyova coming out here, unless they have, like, a Time Warp in hand. It's hard for me to see what is in hand versus not here. I think the 4th land are in graveyard. Entered graveyard this turn. But those 2 are in hand, I think. Because they were revealed from Oracle. No, they're just in the graveyard. Okay, I just can't see. They have so many lands in the grave. Aha, Hydroid Crisis. I took that out of the stack. Even though it is fun and scales and Hydra. Misty Rainforest, drawing even more cards. Oh, look, and their card they drew lets them play additional lands. Oh, nope. Never mind, they milled first. Alright, what did I have there? Enters Restoration. They do not have something with 4 power, so they will get 2 more lands in play, which will be 2 more mana from Nissa, 2 more cards milled, and 2 more cards drawn. And they got mill, that Case of the Hothouse. Yep, extra turn and extra turn are the 2 other cards I can see here. So I don't know what every card is in their hand, but it looks like we're okay for a second. Ooh. Yeah, I want to play the most cards this turn, so I'm going to go for Rishkar. I have to be careful to not target these, because they actually care about abilities. And that one, the one that's not the clone. Awesome. Getting out some Chokibos. So many lands in the graveyard. I'm not going to go maximum fetch, even though it would make for a bigger Chocobo. Mostly to just maintain my life total. Nice. Getting that Shifting Woodland's pretty helpful, though. What could I turn you into? Ooh, Kodama. If doesn't get the enter, Dreamtide's cute. Just because it's big. Getting my tech lands here. Okay, 1, 2, 4. I could make a pair of gold veins here. Or I could wait to double it next turn and get much nastier. But I might not have a next turn for quite some time. Because I am, unfortunately, looking at what they got there, and it is at least 2 extra turns in a row. which... Ugh. Right? Alright, let's make you two bigger. And swing in. Down to 2. Great. Post-combat, I'm going to use some of that mana, make, I don't know, Zimone bigger. Great. That's just so I have nothing else I have to do, because this is going to take a while. In fact, should I just fast forward through it? Should we just, I don't know, drink some tea? All right, everybody, start the timer. Go. And they found a third extra turn spell, so yeah. Somebody's asking, why did I give up my 7/7 blockers? So they wouldn't ask me if I wanted to tap them for mana. Also, currently, they're not able to really attack through unless they're bouncing everything. And there's the bouncing everything. So right now, they have 3 turns, which they can attack with everything. So I have 21 life. They have more than 7 damage in play. They have lethal. Now, that said, I have never seen a Simic player actually take lethal when they have lethal in this kind of situation. It's just not what they do. Pretty much, if they attack for 7 on the first turn, then they take an extra turn. They can do it. And yes, they do have the enough mana for a Cyclonic Rift here, so everything would go back into my hand except for these lands. They just do that 3 times, I'm dead. It's your go. I'm gonna give you like a count to 5. Do you see the lethal? Do you see the line? No, they absolutely don't. Terrible job, Tatyova. Kill me when you can. Tidus, Yuna's guardian. Going to be putting +1/+1 counters on things, moving them around, proliferating, and drawing cards. He's really strong, especially for just 3 mana. And you know what my dream is? It's to clone him with my Mockingbird. So if I can do that in this deck, that is what I want to do. It is one of those things that could turn out so good for me. I just gotta get one more land in order to pull it off. I'm gonna start just by shocking in, taking all this damage on turn 1. Love it, gotta have it. Hardened Bonds. I could also go for Paw Patch Recruit, since it's something that's like, it's castable whenever. Oh, they're doing the same thing as me. Nice. Tenacious Pup will put a counter on the next thing they play. Oh my god, I have so many of my 1-drops this time. That's so great. It's one of those things where it's like, this deck, one of the hardest things to do is get a 1-drop. You wouldn't think it is, but it is. Carrion Beast Caller, going to come in with a counter, and when it dies, move its counters. I believe it doesn't just move its +1/+1, does it? No, it does, just the +1/+1 counters. I was thinking like, ooh, is it going to redistribute the Vigilance and Trample counters? It's not, but that would be rad. I will go for double Mystics here, or do I want to get the card advantage off this? It will get me creatures. I'm going to go for the Elvish Mystic. I need mana, I didn't get a land. Oh yeah, that will also trigger that. Okay, we got Volo. Nice. Pass the turn. I don't want to use the Mockingbird on the Elvish Mystic, even though it would be more mana. I really want to copy Tidus. Okay, Arcane Signet. They didn't get a land. A wee Hobbit. This gets bigger. Yeah, this is going to be hitting me, which is so good for Tidus. Cool. The Vista. I do have a little bit of landfall here. And this is my 2 I could cast. But I really want to save it for that. So I'm going to go Saz's Chocobo into Goose Mother for 0. Beef up Druneth. Get my landfall in. Get my Landfall in. And I'll play the Paw Patch Recruit. Do I also want to play this? I can use, like, save it in case they kill Druneth, but I don't think that's what the Tidus deck is going to be doing much of. All right, so now I got a little puppy dog, and I will pass the turn right back. Yeah, I got 2 goose. Loose with the goose. And I can, like, triple block. If they target my stuff, I can put on counters, which will get me more cards in hand. I don't feel that bad playing things out, in part because of this Hardened Scales, or Hardened Bonds. Hardened Scales isn't great in this deck because it makes it really hard to control the counters on Druneth. Though if you have that ability attached to a creature, typically it's like, I've already hit the wall for it. Please play Tidus. Why aren't you playing Tidus? I really want to clone him. Ugh. Still cast this for 3. I can also cast this for 3, but it is not a 3 mana value creature. I have other birds, so Volo wouldn't get me extras. Let's see what we get off that. All right. Kodama. All right, I'm going to go for double Kodamas. I don't actually have way to get through that. I'll just get 2 damage in the air. Nice. With Mockingbird, by the way, you can cast it for additional mana and still clone something that costs less. So I can still do the Mockingbird thing with this set to 4. Or even 5. Just kidding. Everything is dead? You're doing that on 2 lands? Tidus, are you sure about this? One sec. Do I get any worms? I'm trying to decide right now if I'm going for greed or not. Yeah, I am. Always, every day of my life. Here's Volo. I do not have any plants or worms in my graveyard. And I want 2 Ouroboros. I do have birds in my graveyard, though, so unfortunately, no cloning Mockingbird with that. Hey, Tidus. Check this out. Bam. Yeah, worm. I could even play a Mockingbird just to, like, have more creatures here. I don't want to do that. Nah. Get huge. Get nasty. Yeah, go thick Volo. Mockingbird. I want Mockingboroids. I wanted a Mocking Tidus, but his laugh came too late. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and I hope you're enjoying the Spider-Man / Through the Omen Path decks. There's a bunch of commanders that I'm wanting to build now that I'm back from MagicCon Atlanta, so you will be seeing some of those in the next few days or weeks or however long it takes for me to brew those cards. There's a lot of legendaries in the set. Not all of them make for interesting commanders, but I'm going to hope to still make some of them because I think they're cool card designs even though the flavor is kind of lost in Arena. I do like that Druneth is like a sliver cloner that works really well for like being a villain. Like, hey man, you know what's a scourge? Slivers. You know what I want to make more of? Slivers. Also, the art's cool. It's like a pretty man who's like pulling 2 slivers apart. I think that's neat. It has really cool like blue-green coloring. This is one of my like favorite pieces within Through the Omen Paths. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you said hi to me at Atlanta, thank you so much. It was so fun getting to meet so many people and getting to hang out and watch such fun shows. If you watched me in Actually Live, I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun getting to hang out with all the people in that show, like Mark Rosewater and Ailey and Iffy and Brian. It was really neat. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.